Hollywood's visual effects didn't just improve, they fundamentally transformed what filmmakers could dream up and bring to the screen. From practical puppets and matte paintings to digital characters that feel alive, the evolution of VFX didn't happen overnight. It was a revolution sparked by obsession, driven by technological breakthroughs, and shaped by a handful of visionaries who refused to accept impossible as an answer. Today, we're diving into how this revolution rewired the entire film industry and changed movie magic forever. The revolution didn't start with computers, it started with a dream. In 1975, George Lucas sat down with a radical idea. What if we could create a massive space battle that didn't rely on scale models shot frame by frame? He envisioned realistic starships maneuvering through space with the fluidity of real dogfights. The problem? No technology existed to do this. So Lucas founded Industrial Light and Magic in a warehouse in Van Nuys, California, assembling a team of photographers, engineers, and artists who had no rulebook to follow. They couldn't consult textbooks on digital effects because those textbooks didn't exist. They became pioneers by necessity, inventing techniques on the fly. When Star Wars premiered in 1977, audiences had never seen anything like those opening space sequences. The shots weren't just impressive, they were impossible by the standards of the time. ILM didn't just create a sequence, they created a new language for filmmaking itself. The 1980s belonged to practical effects wizardry. This was the era of creature suits, animatronics, and ingenuity stretched to its absolute limit. Rob Bottin created the grotesque transformations in The Thing by building pneumatic prosthetics that could move and contort in ways human bodies couldn't. Stan Winston hand-sculpted the Alien Queen for Aliens, building the suit so intricate and heavy that it took a 6'1" stunt performer to wear it, and every movement had to be choreographed like a dancer's routine. These weren't just costumes, they were mechanical masterpieces. Meanwhile, dinosaurs remained the great white whale of cinema. Every director dreamed of putting realistic dinosaurs on screen, but it was impossible. You couldn't build a dinosaur suit that moved like an actual creature. Animatronics were too stiff. Stop motion looked too jerky. The practical effects revolution reached its ceiling, and everyone knew it. The technology wasn't there yet. Filmmakers had to work around it, finding clever camera angles, limiting screen time, and using shadows and water to hide what they couldn't perfect. Then Jurassic Park happened, and it changed everything. In 1993, Steven Spielberg needed dinosaurs for his film. He turned to Industrial Light and Magic, and specifically to a small team led by a technical director named Steve Williams. The solution they developed was hybrid, use practical animatronics for close-ups and stationary scenes, but for movement and action sequences, they would use something experimental and unproven, computer-generated imagery. The first CGI dinosaur ever seen in a major motion picture appeared on screen for just 14 seconds. Audiences didn't care that it was brief. That T-Rex was alive. It moved like a creature, not a video game character. It had weight and presence and genuine menace. More importantly, it worked. The combination of practical and digital effects created a seamless experience that pushed the entire industry forward. Suddenly, visual effects teams realized the real innovation wasn't choosing between practical and digital, it was learning to blend them. The revolution hadn't ended the era of animatronics. It had opened a new frontier where both techniques could coexist and elevate each other. The late 1990s and 2000s saw the emergence of photorealism in digital effects. Titanic raised the bar by creating an entire sinking ship in digital form. Gollum in The Lord of the Rings proved that motion capture technology could create a character so emotionally nuanced that audiences believed in him completely. Avatar took it further. Motion capture became sophisticated enough that humans could be digitized, their performances translated into alien bodies with preserved acting choices. But here's what often gets overlooked. These breakthroughs weren't just technological. They required a fundamental shift in how filmmakers thought about effects. Directors had to learn to direct digital actors. Effects supervisors had to understand narrative and emotion, not just technical parameters. A CGI character that's technically perfect but emotionally hollow will fail every time. The revolution wasn't just making things look real, it was making them feel real. That required artists who understood performance, cinematography, and storytelling alongside their technical expertise. The 2010s brought another seismic shift: integration. Effects were no longer a separate department that worked on footage after principal photography wrapped. Modern filmmaking weaves visual effects directly into production planning from day one. Green screen became standard on major productions. Virtual cameras and pre-visualization software let directors choreograph complex sequences before a single frame was shot. Real-time rendering, processing, and displaying graphics instantly transformed set monitors into portals to virtual worlds. The Line of Duty isn't the most famous film, but it represented something crucial: an entire movie filmed on a virtual soundstage using real-time rendering technology. Actors performed against green screen, but what they saw around them wasn't empty space, it was a fully realized digital environment that updated in real time. This meant their performances were grounded in genuine interaction with the world. The distinction between principal photography and post-production effects work began to blur. Many modern blockbusters are essentially 40% in camera and 60% digital, with the two working in perfect tandem rather than sequence. But the visual effects revolution changed more than just what we see on screen. It fundamentally altered the economics and creative structure of filmmaking. Before the VFX revolution, a director's control over a film ended when principal photography wrapped. Now, effects supervisors and digital artists wield creative power equal to cinematographers. A single shot can be reimagined dozens of times in post-production. An actor's performance can be enhanced, corrected, or completely reinterpreted through digital means. A background city can be aged 50 years with a keystroke. This is liberation and nightmare simultaneously. Filmmakers gained the ability to correct mistakes and realize impossible visions. But they also gained the ability to overthink, to endlessly tinker, to blur the line between enhancement and inauthenticity. The revolution democratized ambition. An independent filmmaker with a laptop and visual effects software can create sequences that would have cost $20 million 20 years ago. But it also raised the bar so high that audiences now expect every frame to be digitally perfected. The revolution transformed cinema's relationship with reality itself. The cultural impact might be even more significant than the technical one. Before the visual effects revolution, movies reflected the real world. They were bound by physical law and practical limitations. Now, cinema has become a space where anything is possible. Superheroes dominate blockbuster cinema not because the stories suddenly got better, but because visual effects made them filmable. Alien worlds, time travel, interdimensional portals, gravity-defying action sequences — these are no longer special attractions. They are expected. The revolution expanded what film could imagine, but it also created new anxieties. Audiences now question whether a character died or will be brought back in a sequel through de-aging technology. Deepfakes using AI to map an actor's face onto another performer's body raised legitimate questions about consent and authenticity. The revolution solved problems and created new ethical quandaries simultaneously. We now live in a visual culture where the image itself has become unreliable. A photograph or video is no longer automatic proof of something happening. The revolution democratized the creation of impossible images, and we're still grappling with what that means. Today, the revolution is entering a new phase: AI-assisted effects creation. Neural networks can now annotate missing information, upscale resolution, and even generate entirely new shots based on reference material. Some visual effects tasks that required teams of artists working for weeks can now be handled by algorithms in hours. This terrifies and excites the effects community in equal measure. Studios see efficiency and cost savings. Artists see displacement and the devaluation of their craft. But here's what history suggests: revolutions don't end, they evolve. When digital effects threatened to eliminate practical stunt coordinators, filmmakers realized that audiences could tell the difference between a real explosion and a digital one. Practical effects didn't disappear, they became more valued, more expensive, and more integrated. The artists who thrived were those who adapted, who understood both the old and new techniques, who could blend them purposefully. The next generation of visual effects professionals will be those who can collaborate with AI tools, who understand how algorithms think, but who never lose sight of the core principle that drove the revolution from day one: storytelling. Technology changes constantly, but the desire to transport audiences to impossible worlds, to make them believe things that don't exist, to create genuine emotional experiences through visual illusion, that remains constant. The visual effects revolution didn't just give us better explosions or more convincing aliens. It redefined what cinema could express, democratized filmmaking ambition, and fundamentally changed our relationship with the image itself. The revolution isn't over in many ways, it's just getting started. The filmmakers who will shape cinema's future will be those who understand that the greatest special effect is always story, and that technology is only powerful when it serves human emotion. If you enjoyed this video, smash the like button and subscribe so you never miss a video like this one.